Hi and welcome to Dynamic DCUO. Haunting Wind here, and today we're going to be looking at the Munitions 2021 loadout that we're running. Now I'm running around with the Mouthy Merc, and we're going to be looking at augments, tac mods, everything. So let's go ahead and jump into this. So I'm going to start with the tac mods. Now I'm not running the blast adapter because it can kind of go awry and hit things you don't want it to, and the extra power is always nice. Now I do like the small package giving me some extra power back, of course escalating might for the neck. Now on the back I'm using Breakout Regeneration. There's not really a good one for the back. Penetrating Strikes is we use on all of our chests. Now the legs don't really matter. The feet I use Deadly Block. The hands max damage is a must. Now as for the artifacts, I'm using the Strategist card, I'm using the Quizlet, and I'm using the Grimorium, and they're all just over 80. Like I said, this is very much a casual player's loadout. Now as for the augments, as you can see that my adaptive augments are not very high at all. And my origin augments, they have some level to them, but they're not, maxed out by any means. Skill points, 174, definitely not a lot of skill points, but it'll get you through. So for the loadout itself, I really love starting with the flat cannon. This is something Balmy got me started with, mainly because it comes back really fast. So if you happen to miss some of your targets, or you just miss in general, or you just need something quick, it's there. Of course, the chain gun is great. The 5-barrel minigun both hit multiple targets. Of course, they both play off the burning. Explosion is great for stuff around you. I do pull it out if I need to use a supercharge, or if I want to run anything else such as the God Wave. Now the small package is a great finisher. I like the finishers. Now the robot sidekick is something I run with most, if not all, of my powers at this point. It's not a must, but I definitely recommend trying it out. It does burn up some of your power, but you have ways to get that back, and it really hasn't been an issue. So we're going to start by running around and beating up on some of the ads here in the new zone, or the newest zone, Legion. And as you can see, you've got the least amount of range is with your flat cannon. I do love jumping in close and using the explosion because it's got some nice damage. But the flat cannon, followed by any of the other 3 powers, it's going to play off the burning. And unless they spread out too far, usually this power set takes stuff out pretty quickly. Once in a great while, you end up with stuff spread out, and you've got to kind of take them out individually. It takes a little bit longer, but that can happen with any power set. The one thing this doesn't have is a great way to pull things together. It does have a pull, but as far as pulling stuff together once they spread out, this power set just doesn't really offer that. But then again, with its ability to move and shoot, that makes up for most any inadequacies it has. And again, explosion is great up close. It just does a good amount of damage, and it's fun. But it is the first power I pull if I'm going to use a supercharge or God Wave, or just want to play with another power. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and run through the last solo that we had. This is from Patchwork Themyscira. And I will show the boss fights. I'm not going to show you all the ads. First couple here on the way in, just so you can see how it works against them. But we're mainly going to focus on the boss fights in here just so you can see how it does. Now against the first boss, I won't be using my trinket or my turret or any of that kind of stuff, orbitals, etc. I will use them against Grell at the end just so you can see the difference. But this loadout is a lot of fun. Being able to move and shoot really makes this unique compared to other power sets. I mean, there are some powers that allow 1 or 2 powers to move while being used, but most things can be used that way with munitions, or at least the majority of them that I've played with. There are a couple I haven't tried. I've not tried controller roll at all, so how it works in roll mode I cannot attest to. But there's so many powers you can move and shoot with that it's just a lot of fun, a lot of different combinations you can use. This is, again, the favorite for myself and Balmy that we've put together over the last year. It's not OP, like I said. I'm sure there's ways to squeeze some more damage out of this, but it does work in 8 players and 4 players. We've had success everywhere we've run it. You're probably not going to come out to be high damage unless you're in a very average group. But if you are looking to turn this into an OP loadout with a few tweaks, I'm sure it can definitely be done. Now we're going to go ahead and go up against Grell. Like I said, I'm going to use everything here. And while, with power sets, evaluating them, it may not always be accurate to have your backup and stuff out as far as judging the power itself. But the way Balmy and I look at this, these are things that are available to us that we're going to use in combat, 90% of the time. Okay, Balmy doesn't use trinkets, but because he forgets. Just kidding, Balmy. But really, when you're using a power set, what trinkets you use, what artifacts you use, orbitals, how you use them, everything matters. So for this fight against Grell, I really wanted to just use it all. And while, of course, I'm higher level than what I would normally be for this, Grell can easily take you out in here if you're not paying attention. She is strong, but you shouldn't have a problem if you're paying attention. As you see, I had no problem with her whatsoever. So this is our munitions loadout we're currently running. I've effectively dubbed it Munitions 2021. Do a little bit here against one of the big open world bosses. And as you can see, you know, it's just like any other power. When you're against the open world, you kind of stay ranged unless you're a specific role and just let it all fly. But with, again, being able to move and shoot, having great range on your powers, this is great for the open world stuff too. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like this kind of content, please click like and subscribe. Click that bell icon to stay notified. Leave us some comments and suggestions. We'd love to hear from you. And until next time, keep playing and happy gaming.